So I came on here to talk about this eclipse that's happening on April 8th. And there are a lot of popular, influential, spiritual people who are talking about they're going to go out and look up at this eclipse. And with such influence, their followers are more than likely going to follow them. Some people are advising to go out and look at it. I advise against that for the fact that this energy is very unusual and it is literally a dark portal. Even the ancients practiced spiritual precautions during these times because of the negative energy that comes with eclipses. And if you look back at historical events and match them up to when lunar and solar eclipses happen, you will see that a lot of chaotic, tragic things happen almost immediately after these dark events. And just last week, we had our first lunar eclipse of the year, which was March 25th. And immediately following that eclipse, the Baltimore Bridge went down. Just a couple of days ago, Taiwan experienced one of their strongest earthquakes ever, causing a lot of damage. And just today, New York, New Jersey, and surrounding areas just experienced an earthquake. I think that the magnitude was magnitude of 4, and that is unusual for that region of the United States. So that is an example of things that can happen from the world view of different chaotic things that happen after this eclipse energy. So during this eclipse that's coming up April 8th, there are a lot of significant events going on. CERN is activating their particle collider. NASA is shooting off 3 rockets. The Devil's Comet will be visible in the sky. I don't know too much about that, but you can look it up and research it yourself. The name doesn't sound good. A lot of schools in the path of totality are shutting their schools down and not having their kids come to school. That only tells me that somebody in that system understands what's going on and wants the children to be at home with their parents, if anything were to actually happen. Yeah, it's just not a good idea to go out and look at that the day before, the day of, and the day after. So essentially what's happening from a spiritual standpoint is this is a portal, and anybody participating and engaging with this energy is essentially offering themselves up on a silver platter to have their energy harvested. Also, if anybody sees this that doesn't know me personally and is wondering who am I and who am I to tell them not to go and look at this eclipse, I am a person that knows how to take heed to a warning. We get warnings all the time about severe weather, and we take heed to those warnings. We don't want to get caught up in that. So I see it as the same thing. This solar eclipse is not a good energy to be in, to be a part of, or to engage in. So when the spiritual OGs that I know personally tell me to sit down, stay in the house, and don't do no rituals, the day before, the day of, and the day after the solar eclipse, I'm going to listen to them, especially for the fact that they put in years in this spiritual life, became masters of certain modalities of spirituality. I'm going to listen. So I'm just here to echo what they've been telling me and hope that whoever sees this actually listens to this advice and not go out and participate in this solar eclipse energy. I also want to add that I actually do practice advanced spiritual practices and research and read a lot of information that is not necessarily available to the public. So from my own experience, my own research, and spending a lot of money on courses and books, I know for a fact that this energy is negative, and I don't necessarily need anybody to tell me. I know it for myself as well. And some of the things that you can do to protect yourself if you have to go out into this energy, wear a head wrap. The crown chakra is at the top of the head, and we give out energy through there. So if you do have to be out and to continue your normal life, at least be spiritually protected. Wrap your head, wrap your crown. Some spiritual tools that I have a selenite wand. This is protective. I have black obsidian crystals. This is protective against negative energy. I have a raw shungite, which is protective against negative energy. I'm wearing a medallion from tybro.com, and this is the Miracle Prayer Medallion, and this is a good form of protection. I also have this book, well, it's backwards, but this book from Tybro as well, Defense Against the Dark Arts. This is the type of stuff that I study to prepare myself for these particular times. And there's so much more tools that you can find on the Tybro website or other websites or other places. And some of the crystals that I just showed, you can find those at your local botanica or spiritual store. But it's not a good idea to be in that energy, and just protect yourselves. I also want to plug a company called Solar Eclipses, and this is their clearing mist. This is another thing you can use to cleanse and protect your energy. All you have to do is literally just spray it around yourself, your car, your house. And the herbs in there, one of which is Palo Santo mixed with other herbs, are protective herbs that could clear the aura of any entities and negative energy attached to you and the environment that you're in. I think that's about it for this video. If anybody have any questions, just hit me up or put it in the comments.